the first thing I wanted to talk about today is so your work as a nonfiction author. I've found it to be an interesting evolution because your first book with Release the Snyder Cut was an analysis of the production hell that kind of led to the dysfunction of the DCEU, and then Great Power focused on the history of a particular character, and
Mm-hmm.
then with your third book, it's a biography on a particular actor's career. So I
Mm-hmm.
was curious, what led to the decision to, like, was that evolution something you thought of consciously? And then secondly, what led to it being Bruce Willis?
Yeah, those are great questions. To answer the first one, no, it's not something I thought of consciously. But when I got to the third book, or when I kind of realized I was even going to do a third book, because that was not part of any sort of blueprint or plan, I thoroughly enjoyed working on the first two, and I wanted to stay busy and have a project. Um, but with the Bruce Willis book, I was hoping to find a subject that wasn't so interview reliant. Release the Snyder Cut and With Great Power were both in my mind. For them to be successful, I needed to secure certain interviews. I needed to get Zach for the Snyder Cut book, or else it just wouldn't feel like an official retelling. It wouldn't really have his blessing. With the Spider-Man one, there were certain executives over the character's history who shaped the decisions of the different franchises, and if I didn't get them, then I would feel incomplete. With Bruce, I always knew I was never going to get him to sit down, especially because the project really went into full swing after he announced his retirement, and I knew with the announcement of his health, with his diagnosis, that he would be even more protective than he was before, and he was notoriously, press shy, or not into doing press prior to this. So I was like, okay, well, how can I write about Bruce? And as to answer as to why, I've always been a huge fan of his work. I mean, Die Hard to me is my go-to answer for what one of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite movie of all time.